worries and anxieties for the fruits, with attachment to the results, and when the results come, we react. And that reaction leaves behind an impression in our mind, and we keep repeating the same behavior pattern. Even after you have gained knowledge that this is harmful to you, just like any addiction, our behavioral pattern, we know also we should not be saying something like this, but we say it and get ourselves into trouble. Because at this moment, the mind is pushed by its past desires, likes, dislikes, past limitations. Then the question is, how do I get out of it? How do I free myself from this karma bandhan? Every action I do has a result which are of two types. One is the external result. The other is our reaction to it, which leaves behind a vasana, an impression to repeat that action helplessly. And therefore we are not free to act. We are only reacting. We are not free to be happy. In one place, one man used to drive me to the talks, and he loved coming to Gurudev's talks, Guruji's talks, my talks, and he would get to be the MC. And you know, when people get the mic, they don't want to leave the mic. People get very attached to the mic. And he had a very good voice also. And in the car also, he used to love being in our company. But one day he tells me, he says, Swamiji, what is the use of attending these discourses? What is the use of studying Vedanta? What is the use of studying this Bhagavad Gita? Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the jokes that you all tell. I enjoy the company of you all. But I don't see what do I gain from this knowledge. If you say that this knowledge gives you happiness, I'm already happy. Maybe these people and everybody thinks that everybody else has got problems. You tell someone to come for these discourses, I don't have any problems. You go and attend. You must be having problems. He says, I am happy. So I asked him a question. I said, why will you not be happy? You are young. Your business is doing very well. He had 5 children in a foreign country, all of them attending our Bal Vihar, all of them good children. They also in their studies, in their sports, they were great achievers. Plus abroad, having a wife who cooks very well. And she is a housewife. And that too also. I've lived in their house. She's so sweet and nice to him. I said, if you are not going to be happy, there's something wrong with you. But I ask you this question. Are you independent to be happy? Suppose your job or your business collapses. Suppose you have ill health. Some things we can manage. Suppose one of your children goes through depression or gets into some addictions. Suppose suppose your wife, I just said, suppose your wife. He said, Swamiji, stop, stop, stop. You all say something, it becomes true. Don't say anything more. I said, see, how dependent is your happiness on so many people and so many factors. And even if one of them trips, even one of them is missing, that one sorrow takes away all your joys, is it not? That your daughter got a gold medal in her studies and your son is going through a divorce. The joy of your daughter's victory is overshadowed by the sorrow of your other child. Is it not? So what does this knowledge give us? Not only means to live our life, producing, giving, sharing, creating peace and harmony, prosperity in the world and in your life, but most important is that independent peace, happiness that you discover with the knowledge that the Atma, the Self, is eternal consciousness, bliss, Sat Chit Ananda. And that beautiful us, that beautiful one, the Atma, the self of everyone, we have no time for ourselves. We have no even will to lift ourselves so that our mind can turn to discover that happiness is my nature, peace is my nature. It is not dependent on anything and anyone, and definitely not on the temporary pleasures of the objects of the world. They will be there. The world is there. But when we get attached to those pleasures, we work only to get more and more and more of these pleasures. And the more pleasures we get, the less we enjoy it. Thus, by getting more, our happiness becomes less. And yet, those who were not dependent upon the world and had no desire for anything in the world, having discovered their own Atma, Atmani eva Atmana tushtaha, such as Stita Pragya, free from his or her dependence on anything in this world to give them happiness, they are free from all anxiety, all stress, all worries, all fear even of the death of this body. And such liberated ones, like our great rishis, our great saints and sages, like our Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, not only live in bliss, but spread that bliss to everybody, as did Krishna. In spite of all his life situations, from the time he was born, or he took avatar, there were only problems and problems coming his way. And yet, he conquered all of them, laughing, playing, joyfully, giving happiness to everybody. To live such a noble life of joy, happiness, spreading happiness around us, is what Sri Krishna says, if karmani eva adhikara te. If you put your mind to your duty, and duty is not just me and my family, and that also in the family, whom I like, whom I don't dislike, whom I dislike, I don't have any duty towards. Duty is that which takes us above likes and dislikes. When we put our mind to our action in the present, our mind does not worry about the future. Ma phaleshu kadachana. I do my duties because I have received and I've got a responsibility. In duties, there are no likes and dislikes. In fact, if you see a blind person standing on the traffic light and you help that person to go to the other side, and that person tells you thank you or takes out from his or her purse to give you something, even the children will say that it is my duty. In duty, the result doesn't matter. The joy of doing what I did, which is my responsibility, the outward result may come, may not come, but that inner peace, that inner joy, and that inner desire of yours to gain happiness gets so fulfilled that the results don't matter. You don't react, you don't get habituated, you don't become dependent on any object or result of action. And therefore, Krishna says, there is a greater purpose to your action. Yesterday also I was meeting a very, very dynamic person whom everybody was praising of being such a brave warrior. But very often we question, what is the purpose of whatever we do? We are all here to be happy. We want the world to be a happy place. Every Diwali, every New Year, we give happy New Year, happy Diwali, happy Onam. And every year we renew it because we know you didn't get it, others also have not got it. Isn't it? How do we make ourselves happy? And only when you are happy can you give happiness to the world. Otherwise, we are only contributing to the sorrow and conflict of the world. Action, your duties, and your duty is not only just me and my family. This whole world is contributing to you. Even a worm in the soil fertilizes the soil so that you can get good food. The farmer in the field, the laborer who with such little money builds your homes, your teachers, everybody, the whole universe is giving and sharing to us. We have a lot of duties. And if we do our duties, our mind is not on the result. The result will come. But we don't have to worry about it. And while we do our duty, if we say no results, then you say, why should I do anything? Bhagavan Krishna says, Mate sangostva karmani. Don't be attached to inaction, because as you have heard, idle mind is a devil's workshop. It starts imagining. Keep yourself with your duties in the present, your existing vasanas, your existing desires for which you took up that role, that family, that relationship, etc., gets exhausted, but because you are not clinging on, not attached to the result. This doesn't mean the result will not come to you. You're not attached to the result. You don't react. You don't create more karma bandhan. You don't create more dependence on objects for your happiness. And such a person becomes free. But you will say, duty, duty, no beauty. And now everybody complains also, I do my duty, but my husband doesn't do my duty. My wife doesn't do duty. Yeah, we did all our duties for our children, but the children don't do their duty. Sometimes elderly people tell, we spend so much money, we work so much in our life to give to our children. We educated them, we sent them abroad, but today they don't have any time for us. What is the use of doing duty? Sad it is. But I have to tell them, you have not done your duty. Your duty was not only to provide them means of income. Your duty was also to teach them values of life, that they become valuable to the society. Your duty was also to teach them the Ramayana, the value systems which make them worthy of calling themselves the crown of creation, the human beings, not the pests or weeds of the earth. And if you think that was your duty, then you must congratulate yourself. You only sent them to education to make money. You taught them that money can buy everything. Then you should be proud that for money, they've thrown the parents also out of the house. How dedicated they are to money. So what is your duty? Therefore Arjuna said, Krishna, tell me, what is my dharma? And whatever role you have taken up, if you put your mind with the thought of well-being from your spouse whom you receive, from your children whom you receive, children from the parents whom you receive, teachers from the students whom they receive, and students from the teachers whom they received, the society from which we have received everything, in fact from the entire ecology of the world we have received. Don't we have a duty? And if we do our duty, after the World War, when the UNO was being built, they had sent letters to all the stalwarts of the world as to write and send what are human rights. Today you see everywhere, everybody start fighting for their rights. Everybody wrote the list because during the World War, every human right was abused. So when the World Charter of Human Rights was going to be made, they sent out letters that please list what are human rights. Do you know what our great stalwarts from India, including Gandhiji, wrote? In the land of Bharat, we teach everyone their duties. If a man knows his duties, every woman will get her rights. If a woman knows her duties, every man will get his right. If parents know their duties, every children will get their right, and children know their duties, the parents will get their right. If the citizens know their duties, the politicians will get their rights, or you will get the right politicians. And if the politicians are taught their duties, the people will get their rights. But if no one is ready to do their duty, no one is going to get their rights. You might say the wife has these rights from the husband. But if the husband is not doing his duty, the wife has to only beg for her rights or fight for her rights, but the husband who cannot do the duty cannot give you your rights. This is a land where the son, for his father's word, is ready to go 14 years to the forest. Maybe none of us here might do it. But keep such ideals. Why? Because if the kings of that time were not to keep their word, how can the people trust each other? Karmani eva adhikarate. It is but right. It is your right to do your duties rightly. The results will take care of itself. You don't worry about it. Your worrying is like rocking on a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but never gets you anywhere. To the children, we will tell them, when it's time to study, you study. Your parents and teachers are sacrificing so much for you. Do not worry about whether the exam paper will be difficult or not difficult. Prepare yourself that you can give the most difficult examination and come with flying colors. Not that when the results are coming, that's the time you go and pray at Ganesha temple and break a coconut. The paper is already given. Yeah. The examiner has already given the marks. You think Ganesha will come and then wipe off the marks and give you full marks? You get the result according to your action. But to do our actions to the best of our capacity is not possible. To do our duties joyfully is not possible. And even to accept the results is not possible until and unless there is the most powerful power, inspiration of love. And when that love is directed towards the one who is in the many, the one who loves all, and in whose love we begin to love everybody. When you love someone just like parents love their children, especially the way the mother loves the child, does she feel, I've done my duties too much today. I'm tired. Now I need a holiday. I need a sabbatical. Have you ever heard any mother say that? I get no payment whatsoever, no appreciation whatsoever. Her greatest joy is in loving. And therefore, when that love is for the higher, when you love your parents, you love your siblings, even though sometimes you feel like fighting with them. When you love your country, you love all your countrymen. When you love the Supreme, you begin to love everybody. And when we realize that whatever we have received from anyone, the one giver is always giving. Have you seen how much minerals, how much fuel we have exploited, and yet we go on getting? Guru Nanak Sahib says that what more evidence we need that there is a loving giver of the universe who goes on giving, we get tired receiving. Denda de le de tak paye, juga jugantar khai khai. For millenniums, we are exploiting the earth and yet we are getting in plenty. Is it not our duty that if you cut down a tree, to at least plant a tree? At home also, you take from the servants, give to the servants something. Unknowingly, so many people have contributed for your education, your success. At least offer something to the next generation. Maybe a slightly better world. Is this not our duty? And therefore, in this third verse that we've selected for the Gita Panchamrit from the Bhagavad Gita, where Bhagavan says, and please repeat after me, Yat karoshi yadashnasi. Come on, children, show everybody that you know it and sing loudly. Yat karoshi yadashnasi. Yajjuhoshi dadasi yat. Yat tapasyasi kaunteya. Tat kurushva madarpanam. We'll wait till they finish their call. Yat karoshi yadashnasi. Yajjuhoshi dadasi yat.
यज्जुहोषि ददासि यद
यत्तपस्यसि कौन्तेय
यत्तपस्यसि कौन्तेय
तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम्
तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम्.
Bhagavan says, how do you live this life where your actions will not bind you with the results, but will actually liberate you? Where karma itself becomes the means for your union with happiness, your union with Bhagavan, your union with the infinite, your union with yourself, yoga. And how is it easily done? By recognizing the love, the giving of Bhagwan with gratitude that I have been given so much. Whatever I have, including this body, as Surdas ji says, or Goswami Tulsidas ji said, Sadhana dham virad durlabh tanu, sohi kripa kar dino. That this body with what means I can attain not only joy and prosperity in this world, but even attain the infinite that you gave with your grace. And as Surdas ji says, Kaun kutil khal kami moso, kaun kutil khal kami, jin tan diyo tahi bisrayo, aso namak harami. He tells about himself. Such a cheat am I that one who gave me this body by which I could have achieved anything, I forgot him only. Can there be a betrayer, a cheat, a thief? And the word is even stronger. And I don't use these words in English. That I have forgotten. The moment we start counting our blessings, the moment na atmanam avasadayet, you begin to recognize what gifts you have in your life. You can only become grateful. And when you are grateful, you recognize how the Lord, how the universe is loving you. And when out of love, you give to anybody, yat karoshi, whatever you do, yad ashnasi, whatever you eat, not only with your mouth, but with your eyes, with your ears, with your tongue, with your skin, with your nose. Whatever pleasures or experiences you take in, whatever actions you do outside, yat juhoshi, whatever worships you do, whatever prayers you might do, whatever acts of sacrifice that you might do, whether for family, for the world, etc., or even as a soldier when you give your life for the country. Yat juhoshi, tadasi yat. From how much He has given us, how much do we share of our wealth also? How much do we share of our knowledge? How much do we share of our talent? Whatever you give and share to anybody, dadasiyat, whatever you give as charity, donation, etc. There was a great saint of our country, Rahim. One day, another saint, Ganga Maharishi, sends a message to Rahim, and those days they spoke in chopais and dohas, in poetry. Sikhe kaha nawab ju, deni aisi den, jo jo kar upar uthe, tyo tyo niche nain. Where have you learned to give with such grace and humility that as your hands give to give more and more and more to many, your eyes go lower and lower with humility? But humility is a strange thing. If you think you are the giver, you'll become proud, arrogant. You'd want something in return for that also. Rahim replies, देन हार कहूँ और है, जो बेजत दिन रैन, लोग भरम मुझ पे करे, तासो नीचे नैन. He says the giver is someone else who sends to me. And Rahim was not a very, very rich person, but he was a philanthropist. He knew the secret. The more you receive, the more you share, the more it will come to you. See, bells are also ringing. Nowadays in temple also people will throw one coin and ask for millions. Crores. Dadasiyat. Yat tapasyasi. Whatever you do as austerity. And for what people will stand in lines on a new blockbuster movie, will pay extra in black to get the ticket, will sit in the crowded atmosphere of these rock star programs, go to restaurants, wait in lines, pay such heavy money. All this is called as tapas. Even not eat food to get the new phone. They will stand up at lines, in lines all night. All tapas. For what? Whatever you do as tapas, and the word tapas means it's the opposite of pata, that by which you have fallen down, all those means by you master yourself and lift yourself is called as tapas. Day and life, you are doing tapas only. But Bhagavan said, do it for my sake. Kurushva madarpanam. Do it offering to me. I remember when I just completed my Vedanta Gurukul at Sandipni, Powai, Mumbai. I had to stay back in Mumbai while all my fellow brahmacharinis had already gone into the field. And since I was the only new brahmachari available in Mumbai, people would call me, and that day, don't think that they used to bring cars and all that, where sometimes you have to go walking, sometimes you have to go in bus, sometimes you have to go in local trains, and everybody, free brahmachari available, so everywhere they would call me. I would finish one morning talk on the Upanishads, then I had to rush to some school, college, then I had to rush to some housewives programs, then I had to rush or say Devi programs, then I had to rush in the afternoon for some corporate talks, then I had to rush in the evening for Gita talks. I was constantly on rush. I didn't have any money in my pocket. Sometimes they used to give you money for the bus. That one morning, I was just passing from one class, about to catch the bus. It would take me some time to reach that place. I had to wait there. Then maybe I'd get some breakfast. No? That time, one mithai wala shop was frying jalebis. You know the smell of it? I thought to myself, I've got 2 rupees. Either I take the bus and I go with it, or eat some mithai and then walk to that place and burn the calories. So I thought, I'm hungry, let me eat some mithai. And after that, I've never spent money on buying myself any food. So it was tapas to eat When I went there, I asked him, and whatever first thing you like is the most expensive. First I saw was that Malai Laddu. I said, how much is this for? In the 2 years, inflation had increased so much. First used to get it in 10, 20 rupees. This man said, this is today, of course, 1,000 rupees it will be. Now, I was not being conjuice. I was just thinking that I've got 2 rupees in my pocket. And he said, this Malai Laddu is for 80 rupees a kilo. Now, even if I asked for 100 grams, I can't afford it. So then I said, how much is this Badam Barfi? He said, this is for 60 rupees a kilo. Then I asked him, how much is this Khaju Khatri? He said, this is for 50 rupees a kilo. Finally, I said, how much is this jalebi? He said, this is 40 rupees for kilo. Finally, I came to the yellow. Most of it is not kesar. Peda. I said, how much is this? He said, this is 30 rupees per kilo. Now, even for 100 grams, I didn't have money. So I said, you give me this peda for 20 rupees a kilo. He said, Sahab, first thing you're coming in the morning, that too also a brahmachari. Okay, I will give you. And I said, give me only 100 grams. He looked at my face. And that too now in 100 grams, he was cutting off half a peda. I said, even half a peda you cannot put in. No. Then he puts it in some dirty newspaper. I said, at least give me a box. He said, Are 2 rupees, you are buying the box itself is for 5 rupees. Now, when I want something for myself, I bargain, I get frustrated, I get upset. No? But from there, as I was walking, suddenly I heard the bells of the temple. Every day we used to go to our Jagdishwara temple. I was missing it, the peace there. So I said, let me go to the temple and then eat the peda. But when I went there, I had nothing in my hand except that peda, 100 grams of peda in a newspaper. That pujari there thought that I brought some chadawa, I brought something, immediately took from my hand and I happily gave it to him. And I stood there enjoying the peace, the serenity of the temple. Now when he gives that same peda back to me, taking out some from it, putting some tulsi leaf in it, and as I move from there, some people come there and say, Prasad, I give that prasad. I eat a little of it, and that is more satisfying than when I bought it from the shop. If all our actions we can dedicate to Bhagwan with gratefulness that everything we have got from the Lord takes nothing but only our bhavana. It comes back to us as prasad and we recognize that everything that we have got is His prasad. And we have no hesitation in distributing it. And with whatever we get, we accept. And that's why when you eat prasad, when you go for a langar or you go for a prasad or you get payasam at the temple, you distribute to everybody and you take a little, but it is more satisfying and you don't get attached. Therefore, Bhagwan says, do everything offering to me. Oh, Bhagwan, if I do everything offering to me, then who's going to look after my family? Who's going to look after my income? Bhagwan didn't say that don't do any action. But Bhagwan clearly says in this one verse, and each of these verses are like mantras. Whenever you lose confidence, uddharet atmanatmanam. Whenever you feel that you're feeling limitation and bondage, karmanyevadikaraste. Whenever you feel attached, uninspired, without a sense of purpose, kurushva madarpanam. And whenever any worry, anxiety, or stress comes, chant this verse to yourself. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Can I hear loudly? This is one verse you must learn by heart. Ananyas chintayanto mam.
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम्
Ye jana paryupasate.
ये जना पर्युपासते
Tesham nityabhiyuktanam.
तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां
Yogakshemam vahamyam.
योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
Shankaracharya commenting on this verse, he says, anyway, Bhagwan is the one who is giving us everything. What can we do with our actions except create trouble for ourselves? But one who does all his actions, dedicating means only being grateful and remembering the Lord. Such a person, Bhagwan says, Ananyas chintayanto mam. Such a person, only like Hanumanji, all the time his mind will be only on the Lord whom he serves, while doing, while enjoying, while worshipping, while giving, while receiving, while doing anything. And such an Ananya Bhakta. Even when Hanumanji wept and said, Bhagwan, I did not recognize you when Sugriv sent him to find out who are these two Vanvasis. He says, I did not recognize you. Did you not recognize your sevak who's waiting for you? And Bhagwan takes him up, embraces him and says, So ananya jake asi mati natarai Hanumanta मैं सेवक सचराचर रूप स्वामी भगवंत. Bhagwan says, he or she is my Ananya Bhakta, who never forgets that I am a sevak. And my God is not some my God, your God sitting up somewhere ready to punish those who don't believe in him. But this world of movable and immovable beings and objects, plants, even stones, human beings as well as animals are only my form. And from whomever you receive to whomever you give, considers I'm offering it to Bhagwan. As our mission pledge says, the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is devotion to Paramatma, the Supreme Self. Bhagwan says, I cannot be separate from such a devotee. There is no otherness. There is ananyata. And Bhagwan says, Tesham nityabhiyuktanam, who at all places, at all times, paryupasate, who always remains steadfast and self-controlled, because mind is only on Bhagwan. Bhagwan says, Yoga Shemam Vahamyam. Your yoga is a technical term. What that person needs in life, material or spiritual. Shema, what needs to be protected and preserved. Bhagwan says, Vahamyaham, I bring it to him. Bhagwan didn't say dadamyaham, I bring it to them. And I do not know that whenever you have surrendered and you didn't know what to do, from somewhere, someone came to assist you. It was none other than Bhagwan only. One man had heard this and he said, Bhagwan will always protect you. There was floods. People came knocking at his door. There's floods. The river is going to flood. The dam is going to break. Quickly leave your home and go to some shelter. Bhagwan will protect me. When the floods rose, he went and sat on the roof. A person came on the boat bringing people, say, come into the boat, I'll take you to a safe place. Bhagwan will protect me. Finally, the helicopter, the army came with a helicopter through the ladder. The dams have broken. Quickly hold on to the ladder. Bhagwan will help me. And when he died, he told Bhagwan, Bhagwan, you were supposed to help me. You never came. He said, who came knocking at your door? Who came as the boatman? Who came as the helicopter pilot? In some way or the other, Bhagwan comes. I can give you hundreds of examples. We sannyasis travel day in and night. We work, but not for ourselves. We don't even know when our next meal will come. We don't go and buy our meal. As I said, only once, that peda. But not a day in my 40 years as a sannyasi. I've had to go hungry. Even if those who have forgotten to call me or come and bring bhiksha, there is somebody waiting bringing food to you. And I laugh and say to many people that we sannyasis work also day in and out for Bhagwan. Will not Bhagwan look after us? We get better food in your house than even you get. Isn't it? Most wise husbands say, please come to our house. Our wives don't cook this kind of food for us. किसके नसीब से कौन खाता है बोलो? We think we are feeding someone, but we are getting good food because of them. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham, Bhagwan says. This is Bhagwan's promise. When Bhagwan says, Kaunteya pratijanihi na me bhakta pranashyati, what does he mean by that? Is there in this verse. Even their spiritual growth, yoga, shema, prevent them from falling by preserving their dharma, their values. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. And therefore, Bhagwan says in this concluding verse, it's the concluding verse of the Bhagavad Gita also. After that, Bhagwan says, what is my greatest seva? And that he says is, whoever learns, lives, and spreads this knowledge of the Gita is the one who has offered the greatest seva to me. And therefore Bhagwan says, Sarva dharman parityajya
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य
mamekam sharanam vraja
मामेकं शरणं व्रज
aham tva sarva papebhyah
अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः
mokshayishyami ma shuchah.
मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
This is the final words of the teachings to Arjuna. Sarva dharman parityajya. What does Bhagwan mean? Who's been emphasizing do your duties, their dharma cannot mean giving up all your duties. It means that your identification with the body, and with that, the actions that you do with your body, the duties that you have with this body, identifying with the mind, with its emotions, the qualities of your mind, the dharma of your mind, as well as the various relationships you have, your duty, identifying with your intellect and all the professional duties, etc., you have, all the confusions or convictions or goals that you have. Bhagwan had says, when you dedicate it to me, you have surrendered it to me. And in meditation, giving up your identification with the preoccupation of the body, the mind, the intellect, or the three body, the gross, subtle, and causal. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. I, yourself, the Atma, or even as Ishvara, the Atma of the entire world, seek refuge in me. In this Aham, the Atma, I who am your Atma, in that not only your sorrows, but all the cause of your sorrow, your papa, and the first original sin is your ignorance. Then identification of the infinite with the finite. Then ingratitude of what nature and God has given. Selfishness. And then the actions that we do for which we cause suffering to others and ourselves. And gather this results of action for which we take many, many lives of suffering. Bhagwan says, Aham tva sarva papebhyaha mokshayishami ma shuchaha. You have got nothing to grieve. Just come to me. Remember me. Mam anusmara yutyacha. Do your duties remembering me and identify with me. Come to know me as yourself, and I shall free you from all suffering. Do not even worry or grieve. If these 5 verses we can memorize, we can think even about the simple meaning, and we continue to spread it throughout our life. And if all of you take it up as an initiative, as Krishna says, no one has done greater service to me than one who spreads this knowledge to everyone. For the secret of happiness is only in this knowledge. And Bhagavan says there is no greater devotee of mine. And you can imagine who Balakrishna Menon from this land of Kerala, who in Uttarkashi, Rishikesh, became Swami Chinmayananda. And with every breath, Krishna, 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 Krishna. For the happiness of everybody and for the upliftment of everybody, kept spreading this knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita beyond all caste, creed, religion, race, age. And in the 75th year, if we have even for the first time come today and benefited from it. Let us do at least this seva of Bhagwan. If not every moment, Bhagwan would be very, very pleased with you, and remaining Bhagwan will do for you. The first three verses is all that you have to do. Nothing, just simply remember him and act and accept and share. Remaining yoga kshemam vahamya. Aham tva sarva papebhyah mokshayishami masucha. All our selfishness, conflicts, confusions, depressions, fear of failure, fear of death, all Bhagwan will remove with this knowledge. And Bhagwan will see that he makes it happen. You don't have to do anything more. Just will to lift yourself by yourself and lift yourself to remember him all the time. And what Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda has done for the future of the world, we cannot even imagine. And today, I would like you, and that's why I'm concluding almost 25 minutes before, and then our children are going to chant for you. But now, see this special presentation about the life of such a great master, whose life brought music, whose life brought dance, whose life brought joy and happiness to us and continues to spread through his love in the Chinmaya mission. Be a part of it. Benefit from it. So please watch now the journey of the Master, born in this land, and what he attained. Can we play the... केरल की भूमि पर जन्मे लेकर धर्म सुगंध, कोमल मन में करुणा थी, शिव ध्यान से था संबंध। पूज्य चटम्बी स्वामी गल से कर दीक्षा आरंभ, बाल कृष्ण मेनन से गुरुवर बने ज्ञान स्तंभ। अंग्रेजी साहित्य में लेकर शिक्षा का ज्ञान, लेकर चिंतन से शुरू किया ज्ञान अभियान।
बालापन में चंचल थे पर बुद्धि के प्रतीक, विद्या की सीमाएं तोड़ी, दी जन जन को सीख। लेखन और विचारों से था उनका संगम नीक, आजादी के पथ पर खींची देशभक्ति की लीक। संकल्प स्वराज का लेकर के जब पहुंचे कारागार, सेवा भाव समर्पण ही था क्रांति का आधार। गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो। राजनीति से गुरुवर का मोह हुआ जब भंग, ढूंढन जीवन का चले गहरा अर्थ प्रसंग। उत्तर की सुनी पुकार तो चले हिमालय ओर, गंगा तट पर मिले प्रभु को शिवानंद सिर मोड़। अध्ययन से वेदांत के पाकर परमानंद, घोर तपस्या से गुरुदेव बन गए चिन्मयानंद। गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो। स्वामी शिवानंद से ज्ञान का नूतन पंथ मिला, जीवन के तपते मरुथल में आत्मबोध का पुष्प खिला। गुरुदेव ने गंगा जी के तट पर मंत्रोच्चार किया, स्वामी संत तपोवन की दीक्षा में मन को ढाल दिया। गुरु सत्य है, गुरु ज्ञान है, गुरु शक्ति है, गुरु ध्यान है, गुरु रूप है देव समा, जग में सबसे गुरु महान। गुरु सत्य है, गुरु ज्ञान है, गुरु शक्ति है, गुरु ध्यान है। मानव सबसे प्रेम करे, ना मन में कोई भय। गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो। पहला ज्ञान यज्ञ किया पुणे से आरंभ, गुरुदेव के शुभ वचनों से लोग जुड़े अविलंब। पूज्य गुरुदेव ने ग्रंथों का लेकर के सोपान, उपनिषदों अद्वैतवाद का सार किया आसान। वाणी के जादू से खींचा सबको अपनी ओर, प्रेम भरे शब्दों से श्रोता होते भाव विभोर। छोटे बड़े सभी लोगों को समझा एक समान, और सभी को दिया निरंतर भगवत गीता ज्ञान। गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो। माँ गंगा से लेकर के सेवा का आशीर्वाद, सब वर्गों के शिष्यों को बांटा ज्ञान प्रसाद। निर्गुण और सगुण भक्ति में कर दिखलाया मेल, सेवा और योग का चिंतन ज्यों बाती में तेल। बच्चे बनकर बच्चों को करते थे सदा प्रसन्न, गीता की कथा सुना करके पाते थे आनंद। चिन्मय मिशन को स्थापित कर किया ज्ञान प्रचार, बाल विहार शुरू करना था गुरुवर का सुविचार। ज्ञान यज्ञ में गुरुवर के आते जो लोग हजार, चिन्मय मिशन के सारे ही बन जाते परिवार। माता बहनों को समझाया गीता वेदांत महत्व, गुरुदेव की वाणी में था धर्म ग्रंथ का तत्व। मंदिर और चिकित्सा से कर सबका उद्धार, संस्कृत अध्ययन से जगाया भाषा के प्रति प्यार। बाल विहार युवा केंद्र आश्रम का कर निर्माण, गांव-गांव जागृत करके दिया सेवा का प्रमाण। गुरु सत्य है, गुरु ज्ञान है, गुरु शक्ति है, गुरु ज्ञान है, गुरु रूप है देव समा, जग में सबसे गुरु महान। गुरु सत्य है, गुरु ज्ञान है, गुरु शक्ति है, गुरु ध्यान है। सबको गीता ज्ञान मिले, ये दुनिया मंगलमय हो। गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो। धर्म ध्वजा को लेकर के घूमे देश विदेश, अंग्रेजी और संस्कृत में दिया धर्म संदेश। सीधे और सरल शब्दों से किया नहीं संकोच, विविध संस्कृति के देशों को बांटी सुंदर सोच। भगवत गीता और उपनिषद पर लिखे व्याख्यान, गीता ज्ञान यज्ञ से पाया दुनिया में समान। गुरुदेव के अथक प्रयासों का देखा सफल प्रयोग, पावन पुण्य विचारों को सुनते थे लाखों लोग। अंधश्रद्धा और कुरीति को तर्क से विरोध किया, तुम बदलो तो दुनिया बदले, गुरुदेव ने उद्घोष किया। देश की सेवा ईश्वर सेवा, शाश्वत ये संदेश दिया। पूज्य गुरुदेव के शिविरों से दुनिया भर ने लाभ लिया। जब दिल का दौरा पड़ा, ईश्वर ने की अनुकंपना, लक्ष्य अभी आधा है मेरा, पूरी कर दो आराधना। गुरुदेव को मिला ये अवसर, आगे मिशन बढ़ाया, ज्ञान दीप से जन जीवन जगमग कर दिखलाया। गुरुदेव पूर्ण भक्त थे, मान अपमान न छू पाया, सहज सरलता लेकर के सदा जीवन अपनाया। गुरु सत्य है, गुरु ज्ञान है, गुरु शक्ति है, गुरु ध्यान है, गुरु रूप है देव समा, जग में सबसे गुरु महान। गुरु सत्य है, गुरु ज्ञान है, गुरु शक्ति है, गुरु ध्यान है। सबको गीता ज्ञान मिले, ये दुनिया मंगलमय हो। गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो। प्रेम नम्रता से जीने का गुरुदेव ने मंत्र दिया, हमें सनातन जीवन को जीने का एक मर्म दिया। धर्म सनातन जाने हिंदू, अर्थ से इसके अवगत हो, पावन मन सुंदर जीवन का दुनिया भर में स्वागत हो। गुरुदेव का लक्ष्य यही था, गीता ज्ञान का उद्भव हो, आध्यात्मिक वेदांत का हर प्राणी को अनुभव हो। हास्य विनोदी बातों से गूढ़ विषय को समझाते, इसीलिए गुरुदेव से लाखों जन जुड़ जाते। चिन्मय मिशन की सेना का गुरुदेव ने गठन किया, जग हित में हर साधन साधा, ऐसा ज्ञान शस्त्र दिया। स्वास्थ्य समस्या थी फिर भी लक्ष्य से वो नहीं हटे, अनुयायी सब चिंतित थे, पथ पे गुरुदेव अडिग रहे। जब तक तन में सांस थी पूरा कर अभियान गए। जाते जाते गुरुदेव हर आंख में आंसू छोड़ गए।
गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो।
सिद्धबाड़ी आश्रम में हुए पुण्य देह आसीन। शिव की छाया में हुए गुरुदेव समाधि। कुछ ऐसी विभूति होते जो महापुरुष कहलाते। उनके सिमरन से कष्ट कटे, मन शक्ति से भर जाते। गुरुदेव जैसे स्थित प्रज्ञ धरती पर कम ही आए। सोचूं जब उनके बारे में मन ये भावुक हो जाए। देश विदेश में गूंज रहा है ज्ञान यज्ञ उपदेश। विचार और आचरण का है ये काज विशेष। पूज्य गुरुदेव के पद चिन्हों की लेकर के धूल धर्मारथ में लगे हैं हम सब। सेवा रहे भरपूर।
गुरु सत्य है, गुरु ज्ञान है, गुरु शक्ति है, गुरु ध्यान है, गुरु रूप है देव समान। जग में सबसे गुरु महान। गुरु सत्य है, गुरु ज्ञान है, गुरु शक्ति है, गुरु ध्यान है। सबको गीता ज्ञान मिले, ये दुनिया मंगलमय हो। गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो। विनती शिष्य गणों की है, जग सारा करुणामय हो। गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो। आनंद सबसे प्रेम करे, ना मन में कोई भय हो। गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो। ईश्वर में सब लीन लगे, तन मन भी देवालय हो। गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो, गुरुदेव आपकी जय हो।
Wasn't it beautiful? Gurudev, from even his childhood, opened his eyes to bless us. Now, there's a short program to conclude this Mahotsav here in Trivandrum, but continue your study of the Bhagavad Gita, the chanting of the Gita Panchamrit. Today, take a Bhagavad Gita with its commentary home. Even though as prasad you will be given the Gita Panchamrit with its meaning, take it with you, study it, spread it, and chant Hanuman Chalisa every day and Gita Panchamrit every day. With that, we invoke the blessings of Bhagwan, of our Puja Gurudev, on all of you, your families, and on our entire country. Very grateful to all of you, and especially my dear children who have come every day in different batches to come and chant and show that there is hope. So they will come, they will be chanting. Please listen to them, give your blessings, and children, continue. Don't stop.
ഭാരതീയ തത്വചിന്തയുടെ സാരസർവസ്വവും ഉൾക്കൊള്ളുന്ന ഭഗവത്ഗീതയിലെ 15-ാം അധ്യായം സംസാരമാകുന്ന ഇഹലോക ജീവിതത്തിൽ നിന്നും പരമാത്മാവിലേക്ക് എത്താനുള്ള മാർഗത്തെ നമുക്ക് കാട്ടിത്തരുന്നു. കേവലം 20 ശ്ലോകങ്ങളിലായി വേദങ്ങളുടെ സാരം മുഴുവൻ ഭഗവാൻ കൃഷ്ണൻ ഇതിൽ പകർന്നു നൽകിയിരിക്കുന്നു. ജ്ഞാനികൾ ഗീതയുടെ ഹൃദയമെന്ന് വിശേഷിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ഈ അധ്യായം ഭക്തിയോടെ ചൊല്ലുന്നത് ജീവിത ലക്ഷ്യം തിരിച്ചറിയാൻ നമ്മെ സഹായിക്കും. ആ പവിത്രമായ ഗീതാ പാരായണത്തിലേക്ക് നമുക്ക് ഏവർക്കും പങ്കുചേരാം.
Among the infinite ocean of knowledge and spirituality, that is the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga, stands as one of its most distinguished and profound chapters. Encompassing the very essence of Indian philosophical thought, this chapter shows us the path that leads from worldly, transient life to the supreme reality. Within a mere 20 verses, Lord Krishna has distilled and revealed the entire essence of the Vedas. Revered by the wise is the very heart of the Gita. The devoted recitation of this sacred chapter helps us recognize the true purpose of life. Let us all now come together and participate in this holy recitation of the Bhagavad Gita. All are requested to chant along.
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। अथ पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः पुरुषोत्तमयोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदविद्। अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः। अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ददानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके। न रूपमस्येह तदोपलभ्यते नान्दो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा। अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा। ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः। तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणे। निर्मानमोहाजितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः। द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढा पदमव्ययं तद्। न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः। यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम। ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतसनातनः। मनःषष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति। शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः। गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात्। श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च। अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते। उत्क्रामन्दं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं। विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः। यदन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं। यदन्तोऽपि कृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः। यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम्। यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधी सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम् द्वाविमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमम् स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदविद् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ददानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्वेह तदोपलभ्यते नान्दो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यदा प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी निर्मानमोहाजितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढा पदमव्ययं तद् न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनःषष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्दं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यदन्धो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितम् यदन्धोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम् यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधी सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम् द्वाविमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमम् स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदविद् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ददानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्वेह तदोपलभ्यते नान्दो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी निर्मानमोहादिदसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढा पदमव्ययं तद् न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनःषष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्दं स्थितं वापि पुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यदन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यदन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम् यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधी सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम् द्वाविमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अधोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमम् स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सद इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु